Hi all, this is Becky. I just want to update y'all a little bit about my benzo withdrawal journey. But before I do, for those of you who haven't seen my other videos, I'm just going to give you a little bit of blur about who am I. Now, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a Meemaw, and I have a career that I worked really hard to get and want to keep. I'll be 2 years free from 0.5 milligrams of Klonopin, which I took daily for about 15 years. I'll be 2 years on February 3rd. I was rapidly tapered. I detoxed over about 3 weeks, and 3 weeks is not a typical norm at a detox. It's usually a lot less, maybe a week. But I called the director before I would go and told him that I wouldn't come unless they took a little bit longer. Now, I would say 3 weeks is still not enough. It should be a lot longer, even months to years for some. But for me it was 3 weeks. I was put on other medications in detox, to include propranolol. I took 10 milligrams 3 times a day in detox, Visceral, upwards of 200 milligrams a day, and gabapentin, upwards of about 2,400 milligrams a day. Now, I was offered much more in detox, and I could have taken, but I refused. To include trazodone and Seroquel and baclofen and multiple SSRIs. Now, my first two videos went over my symptoms, so I'm not really going to get into that. I'm going to go over something more positive, like what has helped, what has not helped, where I'm at now, and I'm hoping to give a little bit of hope for those of you in the thick of things. For me and the other meds, although I've reduced them, I would say they've helped a little bit. I won't say a lot, but very little bit, with taking the edge off and helping me sleep a little bit. The supplements, not one supplement helped for me. I went through supplement after supplement trying to get relief, and they either didn't help or they made me worse. If you name it, I probably tried it. Now, every once in a while, I was able to go get IV fluids when I was dehydrated because of the adrenaline causing me to pee so much. These IV fluids were usually infused with vitamin C, which I feel like they help. Now, I don't know if it was the fluids, the vitamin C, or both, but it helps some. At this point, I'm not needing those IV fluids. I really stopped needing those about 5 months ago. Exercise, whether it be a short walk, a long walk, a swim, a few hours at the gym, something every day was imperative to me, and I still do this. Whatever I could tolerate for that day, I did. I did something every single day. Meditation, daily, sometimes multiple times a day. For a while, I could not tolerate TV whatsoever, so meditation was my friend. I actually subscribed and probably listened to all of Jason Stevenson's and meditation vacations videos on YouTube. Staying distracted, I did anything possible to keep my mind off the suffering. Whatever I liked to do, I tried to do. Keeping my time on the benzo withdrawal sites at a limit. Spending too much time on them tend to make me worse. There's a lot of sad, scary stories on there. I know we all want to help others, but of course, you have to help yourself too, or you won't heal. Yes, it is nice to know that you're not alone, and I've developed a handful of great friends through these sites, but still, it has to be limited for me and my family. Laughter. Yes. There is definitely not anything to laugh about during benzo withdrawal. Your brain is doing so many unexplainable things, but try your best to bring up funny videos on YouTube or go see a comedian if you can get out of the house. Trust me, a laugh will come out. For that moment, you will feel better, and those moments will become more often. Staying away from stress as much as possible. This one is hard. With life, there is stress. But where you can do. Too much stress still sends me into a wave, but I tend to recover much faster. And saving my best for last, my Lord and Savior, praying, doing daily readings or listening if I couldn't read that day. attending church. Without him, I could have never, ever gotten through this. I have spent many a day crying and begging and talking with him. He listens. Trust me, he listens. Now, who has helped and not helped? Well, no one except for the benzo withdrawal community really completely understands. But how can we expect them to? They're not going through it. Those in my life who took the time to read up and eventually up on it, eventually somewhat understood. I went through many doctors, and when I say many, I went through many, and I had an enormous amount of testing, and nothing ever came up. They didn't understand. Now, I'm definitely not saying don't go to a doctor. Don't assume everything that you're going through is benzo withdrawal unless everything else is ruled out. And I do now have a doctor that understands. My husband, kids, and other family have been very worried through this. They didn't know what to do except listen. And they did that. They did a lot of that. And they didn't dismiss my symptoms or feelings. And I hope and pray that your family is the same. Support groups in the community. I attend Celebrate Recovery regularly. I am not only healing from benzos, I'm also healing from me and what put me on benzos in the first place. So where am I now? Well, yes, I'm still on other meds, but I'm further down. I'm going to come off, and it'll happen in time. Right now I'm feeling quite stable. I still have some bad days, but I'm frightened to rock the boat. I'm down to 300 milligrams a day of gabapentin, 25 milligrams a day of withdrawal. And earlier last year, I was changed from propanolol to atenolol, 25 milligrams, and I'm down to 17. I'm back to work. I return slowly. I'm back in the community, volunteering. I have a completely different perspective of life. As I said before, I attend CR, and I also serve. I won't let stressors get to me as easily. I can't, so I won't. I lean toward seeing more positive than negative in life. For example, I'll be in traffic, as I was the other day, and of course traffic is frustrating, but above me was the sunrise, and it was pretty, it was gorgeous. So it was up to me what I was going to focus on. Was I going to focus on the traffic and get more frustrated and stressed out, or was I going to look up and look at that beautiful sunrise? And I chose to look at the sunrise, and things got better, less stress. And I am choosing to look at the sunrises more often. I'm taking one day at a time. And most importantly, I've developed the best relationship ever that no one can ever take away from me. A relationship with my Lord and Savior. He is my Father, and He is my best friend. He walked every step of this journey, and He never left. Now I still have a journey to go, but I know He will always be with me every step. So that is it for me. I'm much better than when I was. I'm not 100%, but I'm getting there. I'm functionable. I'm much happier. I'm much more at peace. And you'll get there too. Most importantly is to take one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 second at a time sometimes. But it will get there. Keep moving forward. It's all worth it. You will get there. If you have any questions, leave any comments below. I love you all. God bless.